It's cocktail time, and I am super excited about tonight's cocktails. It is one of those cocktails that I like to have when I'm feeling a little fancy, when I want to put on my good cocktail dress and, feel chic and cool and upscale. This is a special event cocktail because it's a little pricier in the ingredients, but it's worth it. And then whenever you want to throw a fancy cocktail party or you want to order a really nice drink at a swanky bar, I suggest you order a Sidecar. A Sidecar was invented in the 1930s in my favorite city, Paris, France. But to say it was invented in Paris is a bit misleading because really a Sidecar is a modern, even though it was made in the 30s, variation of a very old cocktail that was invented 70 years prior to the Sidecar called a brandy crusta. The brandy crusta was invented in New Orleans by a Spanish caterer by the name of Santini. And the reason it had its name, crusta, is because of the crusted sugar rim on the glass. But the Sidecar, while it shares the sugared rim, it does have cognac instead of brandy, and it is an important distinction. You might, be tempted to get brandy because it's a little less expensive to make a Sidecar, but I implore you, do not cheap out because the key to a Sidecar is good French cognac. And there are differences in cognac. Now, while cognac is a variation of brandy, it is made in the cognac region of France, and there are different grades. Your least expensive grade is going to be an XO. Well, no, that's your most expensive grade. An XO, since I've already started with it, is extra old, and it is distilled a minimum of 6 years. And then, so that's your top dog. That's your most expensive. Your next mid-range is going to be your VSOP, which is very special or superior old pale. And if you, just want to do the minimum cognac and you want to spend a little more but not as much as the other two, you're going to go VS, which is very special or superior. And that's aged, the minimum a cognac can be aged, which is 2 years. So please, please, please spring for the cognac. If you can't spring for the cognac, then don't get a Sidecar. The other important ingredient to a Sidecar is Cointreau. And again, this is one of those liqueurs that people tend to want to sub out for triple sec. And triple sec will not work in this cocktail because it's way too sweet and it's way lower in alcohol, which, you want the most bang for your buck, but it is crucial to the balance and the flavor of the cocktail. So yes, spring for the Cointreau and spring for the cognac. I guarantee you, you will not regret it. And plus, like I said, it's your fancy drink. It's special occasion. Treat yourself. So tonight, we're going to make ourselves a Sidecar. To start off, as I mentioned, it has a sugar-crusted rim. And to do the rim, I have a chilled cocktail glass. And now you can do this with lemon or orange, but tonight I'm going to garnish with an orange, and I'm going to rim with an orange. So you take an orange wedge, and you just kind of squeeze it around the side to kind of get the rim wet. Might be a little juicy. Then you just up in the glass into a saucer full of sugar. Try to swirl it around. It's kind of like a margarita salted rim, but it's a sugar rim. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And it kind of sparkles. Again, fancy. And now you've got that done, so now we can build our cocktail. Now the variation I'm making tonight has equal parts lemon juice and Cointreau. Now a traditional Sidecar has more Cointreau to lemon juice, but it makes the cocktail really sweet. And with the sugar rim, you're already adding sweetness. So this one's a little on the tartar side, but you won't really notice because you have the sugar on the rim to add sweetness. So we're going to start with 3/4 of an ounce lemon juice. Oh, spilling a little bit. And then equal parts, 3/4 of an ounce Cointreau. And then 1.5 ounces of our VSOP cognac. We put all the ingredients into a shaker with ice. We're going to secure our shaker, and we're going to shake. Again, a really good shake because you want it nice and cold. A good frost. Oops. And then we're going to strain into our rimmed glass. Now, we're going to garnish with a orange spiral. You can traditionally garnish with lemon, but I like the twist and it adds a little something. So you just squeeze a little to get some of the essential oils out and put it in your glass. And now you're ready to have a fancy, fun cocktail to start your weekend. Cheers, everybody!